The tariffs, I think, will be we're taking in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs.
The White House says the rates were determined largely based on the trade deficit. The U.S.
August 6, 2025, former U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order that imposes an additional 25% tariff on Indian goods, explicitly targeting India's continued imports and reselling of Russian oil. This is on top of an existing 25% tariff, bringing the total to 50%. The new hike takes effect within 21 days, i.e. around August 27, 2025.
This morning, President Trump's
the official
sweeping
White
new
House
tariffs
fact
now in
sheet
effect
explained
on
that
nearly
India's
every
practices
US trading
importing
partner.
Russian
The
oil
tariffs range
and profiting
from
from
10%
resale
all the way up to 41%,
are seen as enabling
with
Russia's
nearly
war
70
efforts,
countries
justifying the
impacted,
tariff
those trading
announcement
partners.
under a
It
declared
comes
national
nearly a
emergency.
week after President Trump delayed
India
his
has
so-called
responded
reciprocal
strongly,
tariffs on
calling the
some of the
move
country's top
unfair,
trading partners.
unjustified, and unreasonable,
Trump says the tariffs will incentivize
emphasizing that
companies
its
to build more
imports are
products
based on
here in the
market
U.S.
needs and essential
However,
for ensuring
experts caution
energy
these tariffs
security
could
for
cost
its
Americans more
1.4
money
billion
on
population.
everything from electronics and
Politico,
toys to
yes,
clothing and
India
furniture.
escalation
A
in
report from
U.S.-India
Yale Budget Lab
relations.
shows it
The
could
tariff
cost the average
increase
household an
significantly
additional
ups the pressure in an
$2,400
already
this
turbulent
year.
bilateral
The White
relationship,
House's top trade
potentially
advisor defending
jeopardizing
Trump's new
strategic
tariff policy,
cooperation
saying it
and
will
trade
level the playing
ties.
field.
If you and I had this conversation in the first term of the Trump administration in 2018, you would have asked me the same question. And you would have had people's heads on fire saying there would be inflation. There was no inflation. So that's not going to be a problem this time around.
At the White
US
House
messaging.
this week, the CEO of
While India faces the 50% tariff, other major purchasers of Russian oil, such as China, have not yet been targeted, which has raised questions about selectivity and political motivations. As India continued to deepen its participation in Rus Oil 25, it also invested in infrastructure for refining Russian crude and established new payment mechanisms through its central bank. And this cooperation extended to joint ventures in oil exploration, logistics, and digital currency platforms that facilitated seamless transactions without Western oversight. And the scale of this cooperation reflected the changing dynamics of global power. The long-term effects of Donald Trump's tariff policies, combined with the rise of Rus Oil 25, created new alliances and shifted traditional loyalties, and the United States under successive administrations had to adapt to the changing realities of global trade and energy politics. And while some American industries benefited from protectionist measures, others faced challenges as global supply chains evolved and new markets emerged outside the traditional Western sphere. India's balancing act between the United States and Russia was a reflection of its foreign policy doctrine, which emphasized strategic independence and the ability to partner with multiple powers without becoming entangled in conflicts, and the lessons from the Trump years, including the unpredictability of alliances and the volatility of tariffs, shaped India's approach to international trade and energy security. In retrospect, Donald Trump's approach to tariffs was seen by some as disruptive and by others as visionary, and his focus on economic sovereignty and domestic strength resonated in various parts of the world and inspired similar movements. And while critics argued that his policies hurt global cooperation, supporters claimed they restored pride in national economies and forced fairer negotiations. Rus Oil 25 continued to grow by 2025 and became a cornerstone of global oil trade outside the Western system, and its success.
Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buys
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out for these additional sanctions?
It's only been 8 hours. So let's see what happens over the next.
Sanctions
You're going to see a lot more.
So this is a taste of
You're going to see a lot more. You're going to see so much secondary sanctions. Yes, ma'am.
Not only on geopolitical strategy, but also on technological innovation and trust among participants. And India played a central role in this initiative, and its partnership with Russia strengthened as they expanded cooperation beyond oil to include defense, agriculture, and digital technology. As the world evolved, the legacy of Donald Trump's tariffs and the birth of Rus Oil 25 symbolized the ongoing shift from a unipolar world dominated by Western powers to a more complex and decentralized order, and this transformation was driven by national interests, economic pragmatism, and the desire for a more balanced global system, where emerging powers like India could assert their role without being constrained by old